From funding cuts to immigration to DEI policies, Bay Area college campuses are in the crosshairs of some of President Trump's policies. Today, we learned of more student visas being revoked at universities across the Bay Area. 13 new cases at UC Berkeley for a total of 19. 4 recent graduates at San Francisco State University and 4 current or former students at Cal State East Bay. No official reason was given, but there's concern the administration is targeting international students for their political activism. There are also fears about cuts to research funding. Hundreds of people rallied at UCSF today as part of a nationwide day of action. Organizers argue the threatened cuts could stall or end critical research in biology, medicine, or more. Just trying to stay on President Trump's good side, universities have walked back some of their policies. The University of California announcing last month it will stop requiring diversity statements as part of its hiring process. There has been pushback, but our Kenny Choi also heard from some students who said the cultural shift is needed.
Miguel Muniz and Martin Berteo are passionate about their political affiliation as Republicans on the Berkeley campus. Muniz did not support Trump initially.
I was always like, I never Trump, I hate Trump, because I grew up in a small migrant town, lots of illegal immigrants.
The Trump administration's broader focus to go back to focusing on a meritocracy is certainly where our culture needs to be.
They say they've been accosted and even assaulted while tabling on campus and sharing their views. Muniz applauds the UC's decision to end the use of diversity statements.
Growing up as a Latino and as someone who was probably by definition low income, especially when I was younger, I grew up and I saw like all the obstacles that were in my way. None of them were race-based.
Diversity statements typically ask applicants to describe how they would contribute to diversity. Supporters say it makes campuses more inclusive, but critics say it does the opposite. Brian Socek, a law professor at UC Davis, had hoped university leaders would have taken a bolder stance.
My main concern is the way in which this sudden announcement has come about.
Socek points to a hiring freeze across the UC system as a mitigating factor. He's more concerned about the symbolic aspects of shifting away from a university policy decades in the making.
Suggesting at least that these are values that we're willing to compromise on in the face of the attacks that the Trump administration is lodging right now. That, I think, will really reduce the amount of cover on other schools, other universities that aren't in the kind of protected place that the University of California is.
The UC system is bracing for a state budget cut of 8%. The Trump administration has threatened to take away federal funding and has targeted several UC schools, including Berkeley.
I think if push comes to shove, if this attempt at appeasement doesn't work, as I don't think it will, I think the University of California is going to stand up for its values and its mission in the end. I think it'll just see that there's no other choice.
Hopefully we can move towards a culture where we look at things that actually matter and ignore things that don't, like race, sexuality. You know, the things that we all agree shouldn't be important.
The debate over DEI initiatives persists. Muniz and Berteo believe a shift to hear more of the California Republican perspective is real.
Harvard, MIT, and the University of Michigan are among the universities saying they would stop requiring diversity statements in faculty hiring as well.